What is the crack, everybody, and welcome to my video where I got the platinum trophy for a classic game, Spyro. And I say it's a classic because it came out in the year of 1998, and this is around the same time as the Crash games coming out, even though they're not much alike. Like Crash's levels will make you pull your hair out, Spyro's levels are just calm and relaxed. So I decided to get the platinum trophy for it so I could relive a bit of nostalgia. So if you've never played Spyro, let me tell you a bit about it. You play as a small purple dragon, and your job is to free all the other dragons that were trapped in crystal by a man named Nasty North. You also collect gems in the game. You also have a little friend that follows you around named Sparks. He also happens to be your health. You also travel to many different worlds to free all these dragons. And in this world is where I got my first trophy called Light My Fire. And how you get this trophy is by lighting 2 fires in Dark Hollow. I don't know why, but there's just a lot of random trophies like this throughout the game. I love the dragons that give you hints after you've already figured out how to take out the enemies, which wasn't that hard in the first place. The next trophy I managed to acquire was called Hop, Skip and a Jump. How I got this trophy is by revealing the secret entrance to Sunny Flight. Sunny Flight is actually one of the more interesting levels in this game, and the reason it's so interesting is because you cannot fly in any other world than this one, and the whole point of this one is not to rescue dragons, it's just to collect a shitload of gems. But Sunny Flight's not the only level like this. There are other levels like this throughout the worlds, and these levels aren't as simple as just flying around and picking up gems. You have to go and take out bad guys and chests to get these gems. No matter how big and tough you are, remember, fire will always beat you. And the next trophy I managed to get was Leaf on the Wind, and you get this trophy by gliding to the secret area where the fast thief is. How strong and how quick is this fella that he can carry a dragon egg and outrun Spyro at the same time? They give you skill points throughout this game for doing random things, and I have no idea what the skill points were for. The next trophy I got was called Sheep Kebabs, and you get this for barbecuing a few sheep. The reason you can barbecue sheep is because if Sparks gets hit, he changes colors, and if you barbecue a sheep, he changes back to the original color when he eats a butterfly that comes off them. I don't know who thought of this and how, but whatever they were smoking, I want some. So you leave gems all around the place just to be picked up by anybody, but a few gems that you like are locked in the chest with a key that's far away from it. What is the point? Looks like Dumbledore's changed professions and now he is a shepherd. The next trophy I managed to acquire was called Burnt Toast, and you get this for not getting hit and defeating one of Nasty North's lieutenants. Turns out to be a sheep on stilts. To fight this mini boss, you have to go in through a statue dragon's mouth to fight him. That is so cool. And the next trophy I managed to acquire was called Boom. No, it's not the same trophy from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. This one is just taking a trip with the balloonist. He does not bring just anybody on his balloon though. You have to have either a certain amount of dragons or a certain amount of gems, or both. Either Spyro has one hell of an aim with a cannon, or that cannon has an automatic aim on it. Either way, it's a pretty good shot. The next trophy I managed to acquire was called Triathlon, and you get this trophy by defeating 3 ski norks, and defeating them also plays another part in the trophy later on too. Probably not going to blame me on this, but I managed to find and defeat a rare Wilhelm. And the next trophy I managed to acquire was What's in the Box, and you get this for destroying the strong chest in Dr. Shemp. Jesus, how would you describe Dr. Shemp to someone? I mean, look at the fella. So I lined up 4 average Irishmen to get this next trophy, which was called Coming Through, which I got for, like I said, lining up 4 druids and charging straight through them. Oh no, wait, I meant average Irishmen, of course. I'm curious, if you played the Spyro games and the Crash Bandicoot games, who do you like more, Spyro or Crash? But anyways, back to the trophies, and this next trophy I got was called Egg Hunt, and you get this for defeating the thief in Wizard Peak. And then I did an MLG pro move and fall to my death. Think scouting a level after you thought you've collected everything, looking for one last thing is the most infuriating thing that you can do. Well, I hope nobody's afraid of spiders, because for this next trophy it's called Arachnophobe, and it's for defeating all the metal back spiders. Could you imagine metal spiders just running around the place? What in the Christ are these big orange things? This next trophy I got was called Pops Off the Tops, and how I got this trophy is by exploding 3 firework crates to get gems from them. Now, why would someone put a gem in with fireworks? I will never know. Imagine you're a wizard and you're so powerful that you can rip the ground from the earth and pull it up in front of you, but only in one direction. The next trophy I managed to acquire was called Gatherer, and you get this for getting all 400 gems in the level Blowhard. Well, Blowhard's not actually the name of the level, it's actually the name of the boss in that level, and I will leave it up to your imagination of why he's called a Blowhard. Imagine being the balloonist and you agree to help all the dragons, and one little dragon just keeps bouncing on your face to get into your balloon. Spyro is the hero of the game, so I suppose it is alright. And he does help me collect trophies. Speaking of which, the next one I got was Mushroom Hunter, which I got for cooking 5 mushrooms in the Beast World. The next trophy I managed to acquire is a bit of a mouthful, but it's called I Believe It Is Time For Me To Fly. And how I got this trophy is by completing Wild Flight without touching the ground. The way to get all the gems for this level always kind of confused me a little bit, so I ended up dying a whole lot of times. The next trophy I managed to acquire was called Launch Date, and you get this for doing all the supercharged jumps in the treetops. And then as soon as I get the trophy, I fall off the edge, of course, like I always do. Imagine if you were given a job and told you had to stop a purple dragon, and the only way you could stop him is by electrocuting the ground and electrocuting yourself at the same time, every couple of seconds. Gems in the Rough was the next trophy I managed to get, and how I got this trophy is by collecting all 500 gems after defeating Metalhead. Throughout all the worlds, this game has remained one thing, and that's very vibrant. It's a really nice game to look at. And the next trophy I managed to acquire was called Fool's Errand, which I managed to get by charging through 3 armored fools. And the next trophy I managed to unlock was called Fly Like an Eagle, and I got this for completing the level Icy Flight without touching the ground once, similar to one of the other trophies I got. And for this next trophy, it's called All Puffed Up, and you get this for defeating 4 puffed up birds, and they look like giant flying pufferfish. I swear to God, I think this game was just someone's fever dream at one point, and they were like, yeah, let's make this into a game. This next trophy I acquired is called Bad Doggies. You get this for defeating 3 dogs that are on steroids. To be honest, I'd be more afraid of the little chihuahua looking things. I'm very curious of how these dragons found out that fairies' kisses give them extra power. And the next trophy I managed to acquire was called Scrap Metal, and you get this for defeating all the tin soldiers with the help of a fairy's kiss, of course. All these big scary looking dragons Spyro rescued, and not one of them offers him a bit of help. They all just disappear. I wouldn't mind as much if they all didn't keep claiming they were so big and strong. And this next trophy I got was called Dragon and On, which I get for making Nasty Nork run 5 laps around his arena. Nasty Nork is massive. Why is he running away from Spyro? On to the next trophy, which was I'm in the Money, and you get this for unlocking Nasty Nork's loot once you've defeated Nasty Nork, of course. If you had a massive fortune like gems or money or any of that, where would you keep your fortune? In a bank? Or in a massive area behind a dragon's mouth? This next trophy, called Hoarder, was actually for collecting all of Nasty Nork's treasure in the place he had all his treasure hidden. This next trophy I managed to acquire was called Barnstormer, which you get for doing a loop around an arch. I don't know why it has that name, but it does. I don't know why, but this trophy took me far more attempts than it should have as well. And this next trophy that I managed to acquire was called Shoot the Moon, which you get for shooting a taunting Nork. The Nork goes and cowers away, and then he just shows me his bare ass. This next trophy that I got had the name Bird Brain, and I don't think it was on about the size of my brain. It's for charging a vulture, which I don't know how I didn't get this before. And sticking with the bird theme, the next trophy I got was called Birds of a Feather. And no, they're not sticking together, it's for flaming every vulture in Clifftown. Once again, I don't know how I didn't get this trophy because I feel like I already did this. The next trophy I managed to acquire was called Hot Wings 1, which is staying in the same vein as Flame and stuff, because you have to flame all the fairies in Night Flight. And this is pretty much the exact same trophy of Hot Wings 2, where you have to flame all the fairies in Crystal Flight. What did the fairies ever do to anyone to just get flamed? All they did is help. And this next trophy I managed to acquire was called Rocketeer, and you get this trophy for lighting 3 fireworks within 15 seconds to blow up some gems. This next trophy, called Cage Free, is probably the simplest one you'll do in the game, and all you have to do is free a trapped chicken that one of Nork's lads trapped. Next trophy I managed to acquire was called Jacktacular, but it sounds a bit more French than that. All I had to do was get it was defeat 4 nightmare beasts in one glide. And the name of this next trophy that I did manage to acquire was called Ratastic. All I did to get this was complete Nork's Cove without killing any of the rats. I don't know why the rats get special treatment, but they do. And this second last trophy that I managed to acquire was called What Really Grinds My Gears, and you get this for destroying 6 gears in Twilight Harbor. And for just 6 gears to find, this took me far too long. And then with that trophy I finally got the Platinum Trophy for Spyro, and I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next one, and I hope you all have a good day. Thank you, and goodbye.